Don't get too inflated. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Ron Wuest. In today's video we're going to be diving into the pressing topic that impacts all of our savings in a way that you might not realize: inflation. Did you know that most Americans are silently losing their hard-earned money due to inflation, which is often called the hidden tax? In today's session, we're going to demystify inflation. We'll discuss three things. By simply keeping your cash in the bank might be doing you more harm than good. Second, three strategies I employ to buffer against inflation. And third, and most importantly, an investment that I make and that potentially any of you can make that can generate 5% or more, as opposed to investing or keeping your money in the savings account and getting 1% on it. For those of you who are new to the channel, a warm welcome. I'm Dr. Ron Wuest, a psychiatrist of 33 years and now dedicating the second part of my career to creating educational content for my fellow physicians to avoid burnout, create emotional well-being, and financial freedom in less than 10 minutes per day. Medical school prepared us for a lot of things, but taking care of ourselves wasn't one of them. Together, we'll bridge that gap. Before we dive deeper, a quick note. Obviously, I'm here as an educator, coach. Your personal decision should always be backed by the advice of a trusted professional in their respective fields. In our previous talks, we tackled burnout and how, ironically, the most effective solution isn't meditative sessions, but a robust financial plan that can keep you from burnout. Remember the 50-30-20 rule. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Now let's get back to inflation. Imagine your parents purchased a house 20 years ago for $130,000. Now that house is worth $350,000. Did it magically go up in value? No. It's still the same 3-bedroom, 2-bath abode. So what changed? The price tag reflects the home's price, but not its value. What simply you're saying by the house costing $350 is our dollars went down in value, and therefore it takes more dollars to purchase the same value house. So what does this mean? Let's break it down. Our dollars are driven down in value by a myriad of factors: government policy, global dynamics, and printing currency and flooding our economy with currency. We must discern for ourselves the difference between price and value. The price of a house may go up, but its value may remain absolutely unchanged. Unless, of course, you do something to the house, like add square footage, or it's in a more desired area. But assuming you did nothing to the house, it still remains that 3-bedroom house. The value is the same. Its utility is the same. The reason the price is more is it takes more devalued dollars to buy that same house. Inflation is essentially, it's a perpetual rise in prices due to influx of currency in our economy. The Federal Reserve, to get the economy going, will often pump money into the economy in order to stimulate it. However, with dollars flooding into the economy, people feel that they have more dollars to spend and they're willing to pay higher prices for a single-family home, or whatever it might be. When dealing with inflation, it's important to know two terms: nominal rates and real rates. If you're getting 1% interest on $10,000 in the bank, the nominal rate is 1%. So you'll get $100 of interest from the bank. But if inflation is at 5%, then your real rate of return after adjusted for inflation is -1%. because this is how much, I'm sorry, is negative 4%, because this is how much inflation is stealing from your purchasing power. It costs 5% more to buy things around you. How do I combat this? I do this by turning currency or trading currency for things that actually retain their value. And these are real assets. Real assets are material things that can't be printed. They'll keep up their value as the dollar is devaluated. An example of this was that single-family home for $130,000 20 years ago, and now it's worth $350,000. Real assets are things like real estate, gold, silver, and in my opinion, digital assets like Bitcoin. Other commodities are real assets like oil and gas. These are safeguards against the devaluing currency, as opposed to getting just 1% sitting in your bank that doesn't even keep up with inflation, and then losing 4% as a real rate. As of the time of this recording, additionally, you can buy a U.S. Treasury bond and receive over 5% for it. A bond, or U.S. Treasury, is loaning money to the government short term, and they'll pay you interest of, say, 5% or 5.5%, which is guaranteed, unless, of course, the U.S. government defaults on its debt. In our upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into the best kinds of assets to acquire and that will hold their value. But for now, if this was helpful to you, I'd like to see, and you'd like to see more videos like this, click the link below. Additionally, I'm looking for 10 to 50 early career physicians where I will go through an 8-week coaching course with them on personal and financial development to help them avoid burnout. If you're interested, please click the link below. And if you've got questions or other topics you'd like covered, drop them in the comments section. That's all for today. We'll see you soon.